What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Trading Live with Bubba on Thursday, August the 8th. And, well, markets are kind of wild, but there's really not much to do, which is always problematic. Volumes are extremely light for this huge rally we're seeing right now. There was a trade in crude a little bit ago, but again, I didn't take it, so it doesn't really matter. I don't discuss trades, but here was a sale. Okay, I mean, I don't know if you'd have made any money on it or not. You'd be profitable, but I don't know if it would make any money net. At the end of the day, again, it's very quiet. So I'm gonna suspect that we might not even see a trade today from a day trading standpoint. But we'll go back and look at our usual stuff while we're waiting. Certainly, we can see that, of course, Apple, which we've been talking about, came off its bottoms, which again was an opportunity to be a buyer, and of course, it has worked out pretty well. Amazon. Same thing. Okay, came off its bottoms. Again, we're never going to sell the top or buy the absolute bottom. Just remember, but those are the areas that you're looking for. When you get to an oversold or an overbought condition, that is what you're looking for, to use that as a probability that it's going to reverse and go the other way, even if it's for a short period of time, which is why we use selling premium. Coin. Again, came from those very oversold conditions, came straight up again. Look, is it a beautiful chart? No. Does it look like it's going a lot higher? Not right now. But again, we're not looking for the long term. We're looking for a couple of days as a rule. I mean, now we're looking for either stuff we might trade today for today, or stuff we might trade today for tomorrow. Okay, let's just go back and take a look and make sure that I'm not wrong and I'm not missing any opportunities here. No, it's pretty sad. This rally is I would guess this rally might fail, but again, I'm not making any predictions. I'm just giving you an opinion. Crowd, again, came off and is now back to approaching the mean. Not much to do in here. Meta, okay, well, guess what? Meta went from oversold to overbought, and certainly here you would look at selling some put spreads if that's your thing. I'm going to look at it right now and see if I want to sell anything for tomorrow. I will let you know what I do. Hold on. I got to go to this screen and let me put in Meta. Okay. And I got to go to a different account. Try this one more time because okay. So Meta is trading at 502. So what is the 505, 507.50? I'm going to sell the 505, 507.50 call spread for $1.05. Okay. I've already worked the order, and the order has filled already. So I've sold the spread, okay, in Meta, the call spread. And again, it's for tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Google, which we sold put spreads in the other day, live here. And of course, they're naturally coming off that oversold condition, rallied. If you put the trade on, you can take it off for pennies right now, or you can try to collect the last few pennies. That's up to you. Okay. And IWM, okay, same thing. Okay. Tuesday, we were right down at the oversold. And of course, we are back in a position to take the money. Okay. Moderna, same thing, right? Again, remember, you don't need a dramatic movement in your favor when you're doing these trades. You're just looking for the market not to go against you. Okay. So it's just purely a mechanism of trying to collect some revenue and try to build your account while you're waiting for better trades to come in. And of course, let's go back here and just see if there's anything to do. Okay. That crude trade will work out pretty good, but I didn't take it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But let's see if it does create a potential reversal. Okay. And hold on one second for me. One second. I got to take care of business. Okay. So, again, at the end of the day, maybe we'll get something here. But again, you can see that all we've seen in the markets is declining volume. And again, our whole theory and our whole thesis is based on heavy volume and big price movement. Okay. Well, we're not getting the volume. So there's really no reason to look at the chart because you're not getting the action of the volume. Okay. So let's go back and see what's going on over here. Microsoft, again, oversold, got to a little bit of a bounce. So would have worked out just fine. Again, you're noticing that these probability trades, again, they're not all going to win. Okay. Don't ever think they're all going to be winners. Okay. And I will show you when they're losers as well. But at the end of the day, again, this is a way to participate when the market is not really giving you active opportunity to participate. Because all you're really doing is playing the clock now. Okay. So anything you sell, if you sell the SPYs for today, okay, or the Qs or the IWM, okay, then all you're doing is playing the clock until 4 o'clock Eastern time or tomorrow. So you've got your very short window. So, typically not a lot bad will happen. You'll have an opportunity to create some credit and to go ahead and take and take some dough off the table. That's always something that we want to make sure that we're aware of, okay, and prepared for. And let's see here, NVIDIA. Again, same thing. It came from very oversold, popped. And again, these are just opportunities that you give yourself where I prefer to get 40 cents per dollar credit. Okay. A lot of people go for a lot cheaper, but I don't want to go for cheaper. I'd rather sell less and get a bigger credit because if I'm going to be right, I'm going to be right. Why should I expose myself for more? Okay. The Qs. Now these are, they're coming from the oversold condition. They're long away from being overbought and they're still long away from the mean. So there really isn't anything to do here. Although they're up big, there's not really much you would do here. Square is nothing to trade right in here right now. The spiders, really nothing to trade. Okay. It would have been okay for a trade this morning. I mean, even now, if you want to make a trade, but I wouldn't suggest it because I do believe that there's probably a better than even money chance that they may not end up lower on the day today because they're up 95, but I do believe there's a chance we could see these losses disappear quickly, so I wouldn't get too excited. Tesla, which again, we would have sold put spreads. Win, which we did sell put spreads. Again, so you can see that everything kind of worked. Okay, and again, they're not always going to work, but it's a numbers game that you're playing. It's a probability model that you're playing in here. And that's what we're looking for. And what takes away some of the probability is the lack of market participants, the lack of activity. And that's something that we have to be aware of. So when there's a lack of activity, when there's a lack of market participation, then we're probably not that interested in trying to get overly involved. And what we're doing here, okay, I'm not all that excited to get overly involved here because at the end of the day, there's not enough volume. There's not enough action. Now, we made one trade this morning in crude. We actually bought crude, okay, on this move here, okay, on this move here, suffered with it for hours, and then it finally took off. We never got stopped out, and it finally turned out to be a winner. But at the end, those are the objective of these trades when you're playing the blow-off model is you're looking for much quicker action. You get in, and you should get some kind of reaction pretty quickly. And if you don't, then it changes the dynamics of the trade. And that's something that we're watching. But again, here we're watching basically paint dry and not a lot really to do. So if there's not a lot to do, why should I put myself at risk when there is a true lack of opportunity? Okay. That's what you have to remember. This is all about the opportunities that you're creating and that you can see within the market. Okay. And at the end of the day, we have to be prepared for everything. Okay. And again, we want to make sure that we're using our probability model. And again, you can see very little going on. Now, we do have some big jumps in some of the stocks. But, again, is it worth taking a trade, which would be, let's say, into an oversold market, okay, that you want to short now? Because now you're seeing a little bit of a short squeeze. You're seeing a little bit of things happening here. So that's again what our overall view is to make sure that we have probability on our side. Okay. We don't need, remember, you don't have to trade. Okay. Making a decision not to make a trade is the same thing as making a trade. So we don't have to be overly active. Okay. We will be overly active when the markets give us the opportunity to be overly active. And this market right now is not a market that suggests that you should be trading actively. You can see you've got declining volume with every 4-minute bar. Okay. So where's my action? Where's the market participation? Where's the opportunity for us to make any real money? And again, I don't see it. Okay. So I don't want to get you involved, nor do I want to get involved. Okay. In a market that is not lying, which is why we go back to the premium side when we have the opportunity, because at the end of the day, that gives us something to do that takes no management, no read to the market. You're just simply selling some premium based on what you're seeing in the market. And that gives you, again, another better opportunity for success. And that's, again, what we're trying to do is trying to create winning trades. Now, certainly you could see, even here in this sell-off and the NASDAQ, it just sold off, let's say 60, 70 points. Okay. But there's no volume. There's no panic to the sale. And that's what you're watching. And of course, the VIX continues to collapse, which suggests that this rally might have some legs to it. But again, remember, we had that big move, okay, on Monday, which took the VIX up to 62 or 66. And here we are, okay, back towards the bottom end, okay. Now, again, if you see a sell-off, what you're starting to see, maybe this VIX turns around and starts to rally. Well, certainly if the VIX happens to get the positive territory, well, the market is still higher. That would be an indication, okay, if we start to see a rally in the volatility. And what you might do is you might want to look at a shorter time frame to see what it looks like. And it does look like it potentially is bottoming. The VIX is a little bit oversold on a short time frame. So you could start to see some selling, and we could be proven to be correct at our read of the market. But we're not going to make a trade until the market gives us the indication that there's a trade to be made. Okay. And again, with the lack of activity and lack of volume, could I make an excuse for the SPY to be a buyer or the NASDAQ? I could, but I'm not interested in making reasons to trade. I want trades that are automatic, especially in these slower conditions. This is one you have to remember. It's extremely slow, and you don't want to put yourself at risk or in jeopardy in these slow conditions. Okay. Because what you're really doing is putting yourself in a position of failure versus a position of success when you have the lack of overall activity in the market. So this is a market that you would much rather sit it out. Okay. And again, as I said, there's a decision to not make a trade, which I think is important. Okay. So here, in fact, factually, after I'm down here, I'm going to play golf because I don't see anything to do here. And if something happens later, so be it. I'm not going to have FOMO that I might have missed a trade. I'd rather not be involved, okay? Because I can assure you that if I were involved, I'd be looking to the short side of the market. And whatever happens from here, it doesn't matter, okay? But there is no reason other than to sell some premium for me to be active in the futures market. I don't have to be sitting here while my premium is working for me because I'm not getting rid of the premium. Either I'm going to make the money or I'm going to lose the money. And that's the way that I trade those spreads because I don't have to worry about it. Okay. And that's something that you have to remember as well. I don't have to worry the spread. The spread has limited reward, limited risk. Okay. And I certainly don't have to do anything with that. So I can keep myself in a position. Okay. And again, it's all about managing your dollars and managing your money and making sure that you're staying safe and keeping, again, that doesn't prevent any losing trades. We all know that losers happen. And again, I don't ever think that there's a perfect system or a perfect method. What you can make perfect is the highest amount of probability. Okay, that is really what you can make perfect is probability on your side. And that's what we want to focus on always is to have probability working in our favor. Okay. So again, right now there is no high probability trades. And I know I'm stammering and stumbling here, but there isn't much to do, but we will wait and see. But we've already looked through and I've given you a couple of trades and some option sides to do. And there's a lot of things that aren't really tradable because it's a 50-50 coin flip of which way they're going to go. So I'm not interested in playing 50-50 coin flips when I know that I can get to a 70% edge versus a 50-50. Okay. And that's, again, something that we have to make sure that we always understand. Okay. Hold on one second for me. Okay. So at the end of the day, this is just very miserable and very quiet. Okay. And some days are like this. I mean, it's been actually ever since Monday, it's been relatively quiet. Okay. So where's our opportunity? Where do we get the chance to take advantage? Because what we're really looking to do is take advantage of those traders that are panicking or chasing or doing whatever they're doing. Okay. And it's important to understand that that you're prepared for that. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. I got something else I got to deal with. So it's, in fact, Luis, I'm going to have to cut short here. I got something that I got to take care of. Have a great week, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.